The truth is, you are not here by accident. You have a purpose, a gift to share with the world, and it's time to stop holding back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, for external validation, or for the right circumstances to align. The moment is now. You have everything within you to create the life you desire. The first step is realizing that you are enough, exactly as you are. You have the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to shape your reality. Don't let anyone or anything diminish that power. Every challenge, every setback is not there to break you. It's there to help you realize just how strong you truly are. Don't fear being bold. Don't fear standing out. The world needs your light. You don't have to hide your brilliance or minimize your greatness. Let it shine. When you step into your power, you not only change your own life, but you change the lives of everyone around you. When you own your power, when you stand in your truth, you shift the energy in every room you walk into. You attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right experiences. People will start to notice your confidence, your presence, and the unshakable belief you have in yourself. You won't just be seen, you will be felt. You are the creator of your story. Your power lies in your choices, in your actions, in the way you choose to show up each day. Stop waiting for permission or approval. The world is waiting for you to claim what's yours, and there's no one else who can do it for you. It's your time. Own it. You've always had the power, now it's time to unleash it. This doesn't mean perfection. In fact, it means embracing all of who you are, the good, the challenging, and the evolving parts. It's understanding that you are a work in progress, constantly growing and evolving. Self-love means giving yourself permission to make mistakes without judging yourself harshly. It's about being kind to yourself during your hardest days and celebrating your victories, no matter how big or small. Self-love is the very essence of who you are, the foundation upon which everything in your life is built. It's not something you find outside yourself, it starts within you. When you truly love yourself, when you know your worth, the way you show up in the world changes. You stop looking for external validation because you already understand that you are enough exactly as you are. Self-love is an ongoing process. It requires practice, and it's something that deepens with time. It means taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. It's making decisions that nourish you, whether that's saying no to things that drain you or saying yes to what makes you feel alive. It's learning to trust yourself, to honor your intuition, and to stand strong in your own values. Self-love is about setting healthy boundaries and knowing when to walk away from anything that diminishes your value. It's about filling your life with people, activities, and experiences that uplift you. When you make self-love a priority, you begin to cultivate a deep sense of inner peace, confidence, and fulfillment. When you love yourself, you stop settling for relationships or situations that don't serve your highest good. You recognize your worth, and you no longer accept less than respect, kindness, and love in return. You begin to attract people who mirror the love you give yourself, people who appreciate you for who you truly are. It's a powerful feeling to be comfortable in your own skin, to trust yourself, and to believe that you are worthy of everything life has to offer. Self-love is the bedrock of all your relationships, your dreams, and your ultimate happiness. Without it, nothing else can truly thrive. Confidence is magnetic. When you embody true self-assurance, it radiates from you, drawing in people who respect and appreciate your energy. It's not about being perfect or pretending to have it all together. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and owning your strengths and flaws alike. True confidence comes from a place of inner peace, knowing your value and not needing anyone to validate your worth. It's that quiet assurance that you don't need to prove anything to anyone because you already know who you are. Confidence shows up in the way you carry yourself. It's in how you speak, how you move, and how you interact with others. It's in the belief that you have something valuable to offer, not just to a partner, but to the world. When you are confident, you are not afraid to be vulnerable, to express what you want, and to stand up for yourself. This kind of authenticity is incredibly attractive because it invites others to do the same. When you exude confidence, you don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. You know that you are worthy of love, respect, and partnership. This means you don't waste time on relationships that drain you or leave you questioning your value. You become selective in who you invest your time and energy in, and you attract people who are aligned with your goals, values, and vision for the future. When you live from a place of self-assuredness, you stop seeking validation from others and instead attract a partner who values you for your inner strength. Your confidence becomes a filter that helps you weed out the wrong relationships and draws in those who genuinely see and appreciate you. This energy creates the foundation for a relationship built on mutual respect, trust, and admiration. Confidence also leads to clear communication. When you are secure in who you are, you can have open, honest conversations about what you need, what you expect, and what you won't tolerate. This creates a strong foundation for any relationship. You don't shy away from difficult conversations or conflict because you trust yourself enough to handle whatever arises. More importantly, confidence allows you to love without fear. You can show up fully without holding back or fearing rejection because you know that if someone doesn't appreciate you for who you are, they're simply not the right match for you. You understand that love should be mutual and that someone who truly values you will love you for the person you are, confident, strong, and unique. The truth is, healthy boundaries allow for deeper, more authentic connections. They create space for mutual respect and understanding. Without boundaries, relationships can easily become unbalanced, with one person's needs dominating or the other feeling drained or unheard. But when you define your limits, you give others the opportunity to know you better and to engage with you in a way that feels right for both parties. Boundaries are often misunderstood. People sometimes think that setting boundaries means building walls or pushing others away. But in reality, boundaries are not about separating yourself from others. They are about protecting your energy, your well-being, and your values. They are the invisible lines that define who you are, what you stand for, and what you are willing to accept in relationships and situations. When you set boundaries, you are taking responsibility for your emotional health and asserting that you deserve respect, consideration, and understanding. Setting boundaries means being clear about your needs, your time, and your emotional space. It's saying no when something doesn't align with your values or when you need to protect your energy. It's also about saying yes to what serves you, whether that's carving out time for yourself, nurturing relationships that bring you joy, or prioritizing activities that allow you to grow. Setting boundaries also requires courage and clarity. It can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you've been accustomed to people-pleasing or letting others take more than their share of your time and energy. But the more you practice setting boundaries, the easier it becomes. You learn that saying no doesn't make you a bad person, and that respecting your own limits is a form of self-respect, not selfishness. Boundaries also help you create space for others to show up for you in a way that's respectful and supportive. When you communicate your needs and limits, you invite others to step into a more honest and genuine interaction with you. This can deepen trust and allow for more meaningful connections. Healthy boundaries help you preserve your integrity while honoring the connections you have with others. By setting clear and respectful boundaries, you are not isolating yourself from others. You are teaching them how to engage with you in a way that's healthy and fulfilling for both of you. Boundaries empower you to engage in relationships where you feel safe, respected, and valued, rather than drained, resentful, or unheard. You don't have to settle. Too often, we convince ourselves that what we have is the best we can get, that this is as good as it gets, or that we should be grateful for whatever comes our way. But here's the truth. You are worthy of the best. You deserve a life filled with love, respect, and the kind of relationships that elevate you, not drain you. Settling is a choice, and it's a choice that you don't have to make. When you settle, you are choosing comfort over growth, fear over possibility, and the known over the unknown. You may stay in a relationship or a situation that doesn't fulfill you because it's easier than facing the discomfort of change or the uncertainty of the unknown. But the reality is that settling only stunts your potential. It keeps you stuck in situations that don't serve your growth, your happiness, or your well-being. You were not put on this earth to simply survive or to endure. You were meant to thrive, to experience love in its fullest form, to be surrounded by people who genuinely see you, appreciate you, and push you to become the best version of yourself. Settling doesn't allow you to reach your fullest potential. It confines you to a smaller, limited version of your life. Choosing not to settle is about recognizing that you are worthy of being treated with the utmost respect and kindness. It means you understand that you deserve a partner who appreciates you for who you truly are, who supports your dreams, and who values the qualities that make you unique. It's about knowing that you don't need to compromise on your values or your needs just to keep the peace or avoid confrontation. In relationships, settling often happens when you overlook red flags, when you dismiss the things that don't feel right or align with your values simply because you don't want to be alone or you fear that this might be the best you can do. But settling for someone who doesn't meet your needs is an act of self-doubt, not self-love. It's allowing someone else's shortcomings to define your worth when you should be defining your own. You have the power to walk away from situations that don't bring out the best in you. It's okay to recognize that someone might be a good person, but they're simply not the right person for you. It's okay to honor your own needs and desires and to make the difficult decision to move forward without guilt or shame. Settling for less than you deserve is a form of self-sabotage. It teaches you that you're not worthy of more, when in reality you are. Remember, you are not meant to just accept what comes your way. You are meant to create a life and a relationship that reflects the love, respect, and happiness you know you deserve. And that starts with not settling for less. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences will come to you when you stop settling. You open the door to healthier, more fulfilling connections when you make the choice to honor your own worth and not settle for anything less than the love and life you deserve. Your standards are not too high. They are a reflection of your self-respect and belief in your own value. A relationship is not about finding someone to fill the gaps or fix what's broken inside of you. It's about finding someone who complements who you already are. You are whole and complete on your own, and the right partner will add to your life, not take away from it. When you enter a relationship seeking completion, you place unrealistic expectations on the other person to fulfill needs that only you can address. This burden can weigh down the relationship, creating tension, dependency, and disappointment. A healthy relationship is a partnership between two people who each bring their unique qualities, strengths, and experiences to the table. Each person contributes to the growth and depth of the relationship, but neither person is responsible for making the other feel whole. You don't need to rely on another person to validate your existence or give you purpose. You already have that within yourself. When you understand that, you can enter a relationship with clarity and confidence, knowing that you are already worthy, fulfilled, and complete on your own. The beauty of a complementary relationship is that it doesn't aim to fix or complete either person. Rather, it allows both individuals to grow and evolve together. The right partner will encourage you to be the best version of yourself, while also challenging you to step into new ways of thinking, acting, and being. This type of relationship is grounded in mutual respect, trust, and support, with both individuals feeling empowered to pursue their own passions, goals, and dreams, individually and as a couple. Complementing each other doesn't mean being exactly the same. It means appreciating and celebrating your differences and finding strength in those differences. Where one person may be more reserved, the other might be more outgoing. Where one may be analytical, the other may be creative. These differences can create a dynamic and balanced relationship where both people feel enriched, understood, and supported, but not controlled or limited by the other. In a complementary relationship, both people are committed to personal growth. There is no codependency or unhealthy attachment, only a shared desire to be better individually and together. When both individuals maintain their own identity, their own sense of self-worth, and their own aspirations, the relationship becomes a source of mutual inspiration and empowerment. The goal is not to complete each other, but to enhance each other's lives by adding depth, joy, and meaning. Trust is not something that is given freely. It's something that is earned over time through consistent actions and behavior. It's built on the small, everyday moments where words are backed up by deeds. Trust isn't established by grand gestures or temporary promises. It's solidified by reliability, honesty, and the ability to follow through on what you say you're going to do. Every time you show up as your authentic self, honor your commitments, and respect the boundaries and needs of others, you are reinforcing the foundation of trust. Consistency in a relationship means that your actions align with your words day in and day out. It means that you can be counted on even when things aren't easy, and that others feel safe knowing you will stand by your promises. Trust is built in the quiet moments, the ones when no one is watching. It's about showing up, being dependable, and consistently demonstrating respect, care, and understanding. These are the actions that build the confidence necessary for deeper connection. When trust is built through consistency, it allows both people in a relationship to feel secure. Knowing that your partner will consistently act with integrity and respect creates a safe emotional space where vulnerability can flourish. When you know that your partner's actions reflect their words, you can open your heart without fear of betrayal or disappointment. Each moment of reliability strengthens the bond between you, turning trust into an unbreakable foundation. Ultimately, a relationship that complements you doesn't erase who you are. It amplifies your strengths and creates space for both of you to flourish. You will continue to pursue your individual passions, goals, and dreams, and your partner will be there to encourage you every step of the way, not to hold you back, but to help you move forward. That is the true power of a partnership. On the other hand, inconsistency can erode trust. If there's a gap between what someone says and what they do, or if promises are repeatedly broken, trust begins to fracture. It creates uncertainty, doubt, and insecurity. People start to question whether they can rely on their partner or if they'll be let down. This is why consistency is so vital in any relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, or colleague. Without consistency, trust remains fragile and can easily be lost. Building trust through consistency also means being there for someone in both the good and the bad times. It's about offering support during moments of celebration and comfort during moments of hardship. It's not just about being present when things are easy, but showing up when things get tough and demonstrating your commitment to the relationship. This reliability during challenging times is what solidifies trust and shows the depth of your dedication. In a relationship, both parties must commit to the ongoing process of building trust through consistent actions. It's a mutual understanding that trust is a living, breathing thing that requires attention, effort, and care. When you show up consistently, both emotionally and physically, you signal to the other person that they can rely on you, that they are safe with you, and that you are committed to nurturing the relationship in a genuine, sustainable way. This creates a strong, lasting bond that can weather any storm. It's also important to recognize that growth requires vulnerability. As individuals, we all have areas where we need to improve, and in a relationship, it's essential to be open to constructive feedback from your partner. It's not always easy, but growth is born from the willingness to listen, reflect, and take responsibility for your actions. It's about being brave enough to embrace change, both for the sake of your own personal development and for the health of the relationship. Growth means being open to learning, changing, and adapting. It involves challenging each other to break free from old patterns or limiting beliefs and pushing each other toward greater self-awareness. A thriving relationship doesn't just consist of being comfortable in the same routine. It's about seeking out new experiences, new challenges, and new ways to communicate, share, and understand one another. When you grow together, you create a bond that deepens over time because you're both expanding and transforming in meaningful ways. Growth also means confronting challenges together, not shying away from difficult conversations or difficult periods. It's in the adversity that you can grow the most as a couple. When you face struggles head on, whether it's miscommunication, outside pressures, or personal insecurities, you learn more about each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. These moments, when handled with empathy and patience, are the ones that build resilience and understanding between partners. Over time, as you both evolve, so should the way you relate to one another. A relationship that fosters growth is flexible, adjusting to the changes that come with each season of life. As circumstances shift, whether it's career changes, personal growth, or evolving life goals, a thriving relationship evolves along with them. It doesn't remain rigid or stuck in the past, but adapts to new situations and opportunities. This adaptability is key to sustaining a lasting connection. When you embrace growth in your relationship, you create a dynamic environment where love and passion can continue to bloom. Both people are not only partners in life, but also teammates in self-improvement. Growth in a relationship isn't about perfection, but about progress, mutual support, and the shared journey toward becoming better together. It's a constant process of learning, evolving, and adapting, with both partners fully invested in the ongoing development of themselves and each other. Conflict is often seen as something negative, something to avoid at all costs, but in reality, it is an opportunity for growth and deeper understanding. In every relationship, whether personal or professional, disagreements and differing perspectives are inevitable. These moments of tension are not a sign of failure or incompatibility. Instead, they are a chance to explore what's truly important to each person and to address areas that need attention. Conflict, when handled with respect and intention, can strengthen the connection between individuals and lead to stronger, more honest communication. Growth is essential to any thriving relationship. A relationship that remains stagnant will eventually lose its spark, as both individuals need room to evolve and develop in their own ways, while also growing together. It's not just about growing as a couple, but also growing as individuals within the relationship. Personal growth enriches the connection between two people, and it brings a sense of fulfillment and purpose to the relationship. When both partners are committed to growth, they inspire each other to become better versions of themselves, fostering an environment where love, respect, and understanding can flourish. Moreover, conflict can highlight areas for personal growth. It brings to light the ways in which you react, how you handle stress or criticism, and whether you are truly listening to the other person or just waiting for your turn to speak. Each disagreement is a mirror reflecting your own triggers, insecurities, and emotional patterns. It's in the heat of conflict that you have the chance to practice patience, empathy, and active listening, skills that are crucial not only for resolving the immediate issue, but for improving the quality of your interactions in the future. When conflict arises, it forces both individuals to confront the issues that may have been ignored or overlooked. It challenges them to be vulnerable and open in a way that they might not be during more comfortable moments. Conflict provides an opportunity to better understand each other's needs, desires, and values, which might not always be communicated clearly in everyday conversations. It's through conflict that you can uncover deeper layers of understanding and insight into your partner's or colleague's thoughts, feelings, and worldview. When approached with an open mind and a willingness to resolve the issue constructively, conflict can also help to prevent resentment from building up. Unaddressed frustrations can lead to passive-aggressive behavior, miscommunication, or emotional distance. Conflict, however, forces both parties to engage with the issue at hand, discuss it openly, and find a resolution. This process prevents small issues from snowballing into larger, more damaging problems. By addressing conflict early, you create an environment where both people feel heard, valued, and understood. In a thriving relationship, each person is encouraged to pursue their own passions and dreams, knowing that their partner supports them. When both individuals are free to grow in their own ways, it prevents feelings of suffocation or resentment. Rather than trying to change each other, you're celebrating the unique qualities that make you who you are. This mutual respect for individuality is what allows both partners to feel seen, heard, and valued. Over time, as you both evolve, so should the way you relate to one another. A relationship that fosters growth is flexible, adjusting to the changes that come with each season of life. As circumstances shift, whether it's career changes, personal growth, or evolving life goals, a thriving relationship evolves along with them. It doesn't remain rigid or stuck in the past, but adapts to new situations and opportunities. This adaptability is key to sustaining a lasting connection. When you embrace growth in your relationship, you create a dynamic environment where love and passion can continue to bloom. Both people are not only partners in life, but also teammates in self-improvement. Growth in a relationship isn't about perfection, but about progress, mutual support, and the shared journey toward becoming better together. It's a constant process of learning, evolving, and adapting, with both partners fully invested in the ongoing development of themselves and each other. Conflict is often seen as something negative, something to avoid at all costs, but in reality, it is an opportunity for growth and deeper understanding. In every relationship, whether personal or professional, disagreements and differing perspectives are inevitable. These moments of tension are not a sign of failure or incompatibility. Instead, they are a chance to explore what's truly important to each person and to address areas that need attention. Conflict, when handled with respect and intention, can strengthen the connection between individuals and lead to stronger, more honest communication. Moreover, conflict can highlight areas for personal growth. It brings to light the ways in which you react, how you handle stress or criticism, and whether you are truly listening to the other person or just waiting for your turn to speak. Each disagreement is a mirror reflecting your own triggers, insecurities, and emotional patterns. It's in the heat of conflict that you have the chance to practice patience, empathy, and active listening, skills that are crucial not only for resolving the immediate issue, but for improving the quality of your interactions in the future. When conflict arises, it forces both individuals to confront the issues that may have been ignored or overlooked. It challenges them to be vulnerable and open in a way that they might not be during more comfortable moments. Conflict provides an opportunity to better understand each other's needs, desires, and values, which might not always be communicated clearly in everyday conversations. It's through conflict that you can uncover deeper layers of understanding and insight into your partner's or colleague's thoughts, feelings, and worldview. Conflict also offers the chance to set or reinforce healthy boundaries. Through disagreement, you may discover areas where one person's boundaries were not respected or where there were misunderstandings about expectations. By addressing these issues directly, you are not only resolving the immediate conflict, but also laying the groundwork for healthier, more respectful interactions in the future. It's an opportunity to clarify what each person needs, both in the moment and long term, and to ensure that both individuals' emotional needs are being met in the relationship. In a thriving relationship, each person is encouraged to pursue their own passions and dreams, knowing that their partner supports them. When both individuals are free to grow in their own ways, it prevents feelings of suffocation or resentment. Rather than trying to change each other, you're celebrating the unique qualities that make you who you are. This mutual respect for individuality is what allows both partners to feel seen, heard, and valued. Growth also means confronting challenges together, not shying away from difficult conversations or difficult periods. It's in the adversity that you can grow the most as a couple. When you face struggles head on, whether it's miscommunication, outside pressures, or personal insecurities, you learn more about each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. These moments, when handled with empathy and patience, are the ones that build resilience and understanding between partners. When approached with an open mind and a willingness to resolve the issue constructively, conflict can also help to prevent resentment from building up. Unaddressed frustrations can lead to passive-aggressive behavior, miscommunication, or emotional distance. Conflict, however, forces both parties to engage with the issue at hand, discuss it openly, and find a resolution. This process prevents small issues from snowballing into larger, more damaging problems. By addressing conflict early, you create an environment where both people feel heard, valued, and understood. Building trust through consistency also means being there for someone in both the good and the bad times. It's about offering support during moments of celebration and comfort during moments of hardship. It's not just about being present when things are easy, but showing up when things get tough and demonstrating your commitment to the relationship. This reliability during challenging times is what solidifies trust and shows the depth of your dedication. On the other hand, inconsistency can erode trust. If there's a gap between what someone says and what they do, or if promises are repeatedly broken, trust begins to fracture. It creates uncertainty, doubt, and insecurity. People start to question whether they can rely on their partner or if they'll be let down. This is why consistency is so vital in any relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, or colleague. Without consistency, trust remains fragile and can easily be lost. In a relationship, both parties must commit to the ongoing process of building trust through consistent actions. It's a mutual understanding that trust is a living, breathing thing that requires attention, effort, and care. When you show up consistently, both emotionally and physically, you signal to the other person that they can rely on you, that they are safe with you, and that you are committed to nurturing the relationship in a genuine, sustainable way. This creates a strong, lasting bond that can weather any storm. Growth is essential to any thriving relationship. A relationship that remains stagnant will eventually lose its spark, as both individuals need room to evolve and develop in their own ways, while also growing together. It's not just about growing as a couple, but also growing as individuals within the relationship. Personal growth enriches the connection between two people, and it brings a sense of fulfillment and purpose to the relationship. When both partners are committed to growth, they inspire each other to become better versions of themselves, fostering an environment where love, respect, and understanding can flourish. Growth means being open to learning, changing, and adapting. It involves challenging each other to break free from old patterns or limiting beliefs, and pushing each other toward greater self-awareness. A thriving relationship doesn't just consist of being comfortable in the same routine. It's about seeking out new experiences, new challenges, and new ways to communicate, share, and understand one another. When you grow together, you create a bond that deepens over time because you're both expanding and transforming in meaningful ways. It's also important to recognize that growth requires vulnerability. As individuals, we all have areas where we need to improve, and in a relationship, it's essential to be open to constructive feedback from your partner. It's not always easy, but growth is born from the willingness to listen, reflect, and take responsibility for your actions. It's about being brave enough to embrace change, both for the sake of your own personal development and for the health of the relationship. The way conflict is handled can also deepen the level of trust between people. When you navigate a disagreement with honesty, vulnerability, and a commitment to resolution, you show the other person that you are willing to put in the work to maintain and strengthen the relationship. The more effectively you handle conflict together, the more confidence you will have in each other's ability to resolve future challenges. Trust is built through consistent, constructive problem solving, and by showing that you can handle disagreements respectfully, you reinforce the stability and reliability of your bond. Furthermore, conflict can also be an opportunity to discover new ways of working together. It can highlight differences in how you approach challenges, communicate, or make decisions. And by discussing these differences openly, you can come up with more effective strategies for collaboration in the future. Conflict is an opportunity to learn how to navigate these differences in a way that is mutually beneficial and respectful. It challenges both parties to grow, adapt, and find common ground that they may not have considered before. Loving yourself first is not just a catchphrase, it is a transformative mindset that lays the foundation for everything else in your life, especially in relationships. You cannot truly give love to others if you have not cultivated love within yourself. It is the essential starting point for building healthy, meaningful connections with others, because how you feel about yourself directly influences how you allow others to treat you and how you treat them. When you embrace self-love, you start to realize your worth, your values, and the things that truly matter to you, creating a deep sense of self-awareness that shapes all of your interactions. Ultimately, conflict is not something to be feared, but embraced as a valuable tool for strengthening relationships. It provides clarity, fosters deeper connections, and offers invaluable lessons that can only come through working through challenges together. When handled with the right mindset, conflict can become a powerful force for positive change, both within yourself and within the relationship. Self-love is about more than just surface-level self-care or occasional indulgence. It's about valuing yourself from the inside out. It's about recognizing your strengths and embracing your flaws with the same compassion. When you love yourself, you accept yourself fully, imperfections and all. And this acceptance allows you to show up as your authentic self in every aspect of your life. The beauty of self-love is that it frees you from the need to seek validation from others, because you already know that your worth doesn't depend on anyone else's approval or opinions. Loving yourself first also means setting boundaries that protect your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. When you understand and honor your own needs, you are better equipped to communicate them to others. You stop tolerating mistreatment or settling for relationships that don't nourish or respect you. Instead, you attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are, not for who they think you should be. Healthy boundaries foster a sense of respect within yourself and within your relationships, allowing you to maintain your integrity and ensure that others treat you with the same love and respect you give to yourself. When you practice self-love, you also develop emotional resilience. You understand that your emotions are valid, but they do not define your worth. You learn to manage your feelings, accept challenges with grace, and respond to life's ups and downs with a healthy perspective. Instead of relying on external circumstances or other people to make you feel worthy or validated, you find your sense of security and peace within yourself. This inner strength allows you to navigate life with more clarity and less fear of rejection or failure. Self-love involves prioritizing your own happiness, peace, and growth. It's about making choices that align with your values and not being afraid to let go of situations, people, or patterns that no longer serve you. When you are deeply connected to yourself, you start to make decisions from a place of empowerment rather than fear, guilt, or obligation. You begin to invest time in activities and experiences that nurture your soul, develop your talents, and contribute to your personal growth. This is what builds confidence and allows you to lead a life that reflects your true desires, not someone else's expectations. Loving yourself first also allows you to practice forgiveness, both for yourself and others. You begin to let go of past mistakes, regrets, or guilt, understanding that these things do not define you. You learn that making mistakes is part of being human, and instead of beating yourself up over them, you learn from them and grow stronger. This self-compassion extends to your relationships, allowing you to forgive others with a clear heart and without holding on to resentment. Loving yourself first is not just a catchphrase. It is a transformative mindset that lays the foundation for everything else in your life, especially in relationships. You cannot truly give love to others if you have not cultivated love within yourself. It is the essential starting point for building healthy, meaningful connections with others, because how you feel about yourself directly influences how you allow others to treat you and how you treat them. When you embrace self-love, you start to realize your worth, your values, and the things that truly matter to you, creating a deep sense of self-awareness that shapes all of your interactions. Self-love empowers you to be fully present in your relationships without depending on others to complete you or fill the gaps that only you can fill. It frees you from unhealthy patterns of codependency, where you might look to a partner or others to make you feel whole. Instead, you enter relationships from a place of completeness, bringing your full, authentic self into the partnership. This creates a healthier, more balanced dynamic where both individuals are free to be themselves without losing their sense of individuality. When you choose to love yourself first, you're also setting an example for others. People will learn from your example, and you will inspire those around you to treat themselves with the same level of respect and love. By showing up as someone who values themselves, you create a ripple effect that spreads to others, encouraging them to do the same in their own lives. Your self-love radiates outward, positively impacting every relationship and interaction you have. Ultimately, loving yourself first isn't about being selfish or narcissistic. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and treating yourself with the same love, care, and respect that you would give to someone you truly care about. It is the foundation on which you can build all other forms of love and connection. When you love yourself first, you open the door to deeper, more fulfilling relationships, healthier boundaries, and a life filled with joy and purpose. Respecting your journey and dreams means honoring where you are right now and where you want to go, without rushing the process or comparing yourself to others. Your journey is uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, choices, and growth. It is easy to get caught up in the expectations of others or the pressure to follow a prescribed path. But when you respect your own journey, you recognize that the path you are walking is as valuable as any other. Your pace, your direction, and your challenges are a part of the story that is uniquely yours, and it deserves the same respect you would give to someone else's. Your dreams are the vision of what you believe is possible for your life, and they are an extension of your hopes, desires, and ambitions. They are not just arbitrary goals, but reflections of your heart's truest calling. When you respect your dreams, you take them seriously. You nurture them, protect them, and give them space to grow. It's easy to be influenced by the doubts of others or the loud noise of the world telling you that your dreams are too big, unrealistic, or out of reach. But when you respect your dreams, you choose to believe in their validity, even in moments when no one else does. You trust that your aspirations matter and that they are worth the time and effort it takes to bring them to life. Respecting your journey and dreams requires patience. In a world that often emphasizes instant gratification, it's easy to get frustrated when progress feels slow or when setbacks occur. But true growth takes time. Respecting the timeline of your own life means recognizing that there is no rush to get to the destination. The beauty is in the unfolding of each step. Every challenge, every victory, every moment of uncertainty contributes to the bigger picture of who you are becoming. When you embrace the process, you begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for learning and refining your approach. A crucial part of respecting your journey is allowing yourself to evolve. Your dreams and desires may shift over time, and that's okay. What you once thought you wanted may no longer align with who you are becoming, and that's a natural part of the journey. The key is to give yourself permission to change and adapt without judgment. The person you are today might be very different from the person you were yesterday, and the person you'll be tomorrow may be even more evolved. By respecting your journey, you allow space for this growth and transformation, knowing that it's all part of the larger plan for your life. Respecting your dreams also means taking actionable steps toward them, even when those steps feel small or insignificant. Progress doesn't always come in big leaps. Sometimes it's the small, consistent actions that add up over time. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results, but by respecting your dreams, you acknowledge that every effort, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. It's the consistency, the quiet determination, and the daily commitment that will ultimately move you toward realizing your dreams. To respect your journey is to learn how to quiet the external noise and focus on what truly matters to you. It's easy to get distracted by the success of others or by the pressure to meet societal expectations, but when you respect your journey, You make decisions based on your own values and desires. You create your own definition of success, one that aligns with your unique aspirations and passions. It's about living authentically and not trying to fit into someone else's mold of what a successful or fulfilling life looks like. In respecting your journey, you also learn to honor your mistakes, missteps, and detours. No one's path is straight, and the bumps along the way are often the greatest teachers. When you make a mistake, it's easy to criticize yourself, but instead, view it as an important part of your journey. Each failure is a lesson that brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. By respecting the lessons hidden within your mistakes, you transform them from setbacks into stepping stones. Mistakes are not failures, they are opportunities for growth that help you refine your approach and get closer to your dreams. Furthermore, respecting your journey and dreams means letting go of the fear of judgment and criticism. Too often, we are afraid to chase our dreams because we worry about what others will think. But when you truly respect your journey, you realize that the opinions of others do not define your path. You are the only one who knows what your heart is calling for, and you must honor that, no matter what others may say. Trusting yourself and your intuition is crucial because only you can determine the right path for your life. A crucial part of respecting your journey is allowing yourself to evolve. Your dreams and desires may shift over time, and that's okay. What you once thought you wanted may no longer align with who you are becoming, and that's a natural part of the journey. The key is to give yourself permission to change and adapt without judgment. The person you are today might be very different from the person you were yesterday, and the person you'll be tomorrow may be even more evolved. By respecting your journey, you allow space for this growth and transformation, knowing that it's all part of the larger plan for your life. Ultimately, respecting your journey and dreams is about honoring your individuality, your unique story, and the incredible potential within you. It's about trusting that your life is unfolding exactly as it should, and that every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your deepest desires. It's about knowing that you have everything within you to create the life you envision, and respecting the time, effort, and courage it takes to bring your dreams to life. By respecting your own journey, you step into your power, knowing that the destination is not the only reward. It's the journey itself that shapes who you are and the life you will create. Respecting your dreams also means taking actionable steps toward them, even when those steps feel small or insignificant. Progress doesn't always come in big leaps. Sometimes it's the small, consistent actions that add up over time. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see immediate results, but by respecting your dreams, you acknowledge that every effort, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. It's the consistency, the quiet determination, and the daily commitment that will ultimately move you toward realizing your dreams. There is no room for mediocrity when you are committed to living a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment. Mediocrity is the enemy of potential because it encourages complacency and settling for less than what you are truly capable of achieving. When you allow mediocrity to take root in your life, you begin to accept less than extraordinary in every area, whether in your relationships, career, personal growth, or the way you show up for yourself. Mediocrity keeps you stuck in a cycle of just enough, rather than pushing you to reach for greatness. When you refuse to accept mediocrity, you begin to approach every situation with intention. You become more focused, more deliberate, and more mindful about the choices you make. Whether it's your work, your interactions with others, or the way you manage your time, you approach everything with a mindset of excellence. You understand that mediocrity thrives in environments where there is no intention or effort put into what you do. When you pour your energy and attention into something, you automatically elevate the quality of your work and your life. One of the most significant shifts you will make when eliminating mediocrity from your life is developing a growth mindset. Mediocrity comes from the belief that you've reached your limits, that what you're doing is good enough, or that you are incapable of achieving more. A growth mindset, on the other hand, embraces challenges, understands that setbacks are part of the journey, and believes that with effort and perseverance you can continue to evolve and reach higher levels. When you develop this mindset, you stop settling for the bare minimum and start reaching for your full potential. Another aspect of eliminating mediocrity from your life is the courage to dream bigger. When you settle for mediocrity, you are limiting your dreams to what seems achievable or safe. But when you break free from mediocrity, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You no longer measure your dreams based on what you think is possible within your current circumstances, but instead begin to envision what could truly inspire, and ignite your soul. Dreams that challenge you to stretch beyond your comfort zone are the ones that bring the most growth and fulfillment. It's important to note that rejecting mediocrity doesn't mean you have to constantly be striving for perfection or setting yourself up for burnout. Rather, it means always seeking to be the best version of yourself, consistently growing, and refusing to settle for a life of just going through the motions. It's about continuously improving, learning from your mistakes, and striving to do better every day. It's about being passionate in what you do, whether it's something as simple as taking care of your health or as complex as building a career. The refusal to accept mediocrity ensures that you're living with purpose and direction, not drifting aimlessly. Rejecting mediocrity is also a reflection of self-respect. It's about treating yourself with the same level of care, love, and respect that you expect from others. When you allow mediocrity to take root, you neglect your own value and settle for less than you deserve. But when you elevate your standards and demand more from yourself, you show yourself the respect you've always deserved. You stop allowing excuses and negative self-talk to hold you back and instead take pride in working toward your best self day after day. When you embrace the mentality that there is no room for mediocrity, you begin to raise your standards for what you will accept in your relationships as well. You stop settling for toxic or unfulfilling relationships, recognizing that you deserve connections that uplift and empower you. Mediocrity in relationships can manifest as lackluster communication, unmet needs, or unreciprocated effort. But when you value yourself and your potential, you begin to seek relationships that reflect the excellence you aim for in all aspects of life. Mediocrity is also rooted in fear, the fear of failing, of making mistakes, of not living up to others' expectations. However, the truth is that failure is a natural part of growth. It is through failure that we learn, adapt, and discover new strengths. By rejecting mediocrity, you give yourself permission to take risks, make bold choices, and venture outside of the familiar. You stop living in the shadow of fear and instead embrace the power of doing what others may consider impossible. No room for mediocrity is not just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. It requires making conscious choices every day that align with your highest vision for yourself and your life. It means continuously challenging yourself to grow, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to strive for the exceptional. When you choose to reject mediocrity, you unlock your true potential and start living a life that reflects your highest aspiration. You stop existing and start truly living, full of energy, purpose, and passion. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, something to be avoided at all costs, but in reality it holds incredible power. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we are essentially giving others access to our true selves, our fears, our desires, our insecurities, and our deepest truths. It is in this openness that we connect on a deeper level, creating authentic and meaningful relationships. Vulnerability is not about being exposed or defenseless. Rather, it is about choosing to embrace your humanity, flaws and all, and showing up as your authentic self without fear of judgment. In relationships, vulnerability builds a safe space for both individuals to be open with each other. When we let our guard down, we invite others to do the same, and in doing so, we create an environment where mutual respect, care, and emotional intimacy can flourish. It is through sharing our emotions, our struggles, and our triumphs that we build deep, meaningful connections that transcend surface-level interactions. Vulnerability is the glue that holds relationships together, allowing them to withstand the challenges life inevitably brings. Being vulnerable allows us to let go of the need for perfection. It frees us from the pressure of always having to appear strong, capable, and in control. Vulnerability means embracing the truth that we are not perfect, and that is okay. It is in our imperfections that we find strength. By acknowledging and accepting our vulnerabilities, we allow ourselves to grow, learn, and heal. We stop running from our fears and instead confront them head on, understanding that vulnerability is the first step toward personal growth. By embracing vulnerability, you give yourself the opportunity to break down the walls that might otherwise keep you isolated or disconnected from those around you. It is through vulnerability that we create trust and understanding in relationships. When we share our raw, unfiltered selves, we invite others to do the same. It is an invitation for real connection, where both people feel seen and heard for who they truly are, beyond the masks or facades they might put up to protect themselves. This depth of connection is where true intimacy resides. Vulnerability is also a key component of self-acceptance. When we are vulnerable with ourselves, we stop hiding from our own truths. We accept that we are not defined by our mistakes, failures, or past experiences, but are rather shaped by our ability to learn and grow from them. Vulnerability gives us permission to be imperfect and to embrace our journey with compassion. It allows us to make peace with our past and move forward with a sense of freedom and authenticity. Another powerful aspect of vulnerability is its ability to foster creativity and innovation. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable in our work or creative endeavors, we open the door to new possibilities. We stop limiting ourselves to what is safe or predictable and begin to take risks, explore new ideas, and push boundaries. Vulnerability invites us to take the leap into the unknown, to embrace uncertainty, and to trust that the process will lead us to growth and discovery. Daily acts of love are often small, subtle, and sometimes overlooked, yet they hold immeasurable power in nurturing and deepening our relationships. These acts don't need to be grand gestures or extravagant displays. Instead, it's the everyday moments of care, attention, and thoughtfulness that create lasting connections and strengthen bonds. The little things, whether it's a kind word, a gentle touch, or simply being present, are what make a relationship thrive. They add up over time, layer upon layer, to create a strong foundation built on genuine affection and respect. At its core, vulnerability is an act of courage. It takes immense bravery to show up authentically, to expose parts of yourself that may feel uncomfortable or scary. However, it is this courage that opens up the door to true freedom and emotional liberation. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we are no longer chained to the fear of rejection or judgment. Instead, we embrace the possibility of true connection, knowing that those who accept us for who we are will be the ones who can truly understand and support us in our journey. Sometimes, the most powerful acts of love are the ones that go unnoticed in the moment. Holding space for someone's emotions, offering a smile when they are having a hard day, or making them feel heard without immediately offering solutions. These are the acts that quietly say, "I am here for you." They require no fanfare, no recognition, but they create an environment where trust and intimacy can flourish. The consistency of these actions creates a safe space for vulnerability and connection, making it clear that love isn't conditional on the big moments, but is rooted in everyday interactions. Vulnerability is not only about emotional openness, but also about allowing ourselves to ask for help. In a world that often prizes independence and self-sufficiency, it can be difficult to admit when we need support. However, it is in these moments of asking for help that we experience the true power of vulnerability. By reaching out, we allow others to show up for us, and in doing so, we create a sense of community and shared humanity. Vulnerability helps us break free from the isolation that comes with the belief that we must always do things on our own. It connects us to others and reminds us that we are all in this together. There is a profound strength that comes from being vulnerable, a quiet power that emanates from the willingness to be seen as you truly are. Vulnerability does not make us weak, it makes us human. It is a testament to our ability to embrace uncertainty, to confront our fears, and to remain open to the connections and experiences that life has to offer. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite growth, healing, and deeper connection. It is through vulnerability that we access our greatest potential for love, creativity, and personal transformation. Love isn't just about the big milestones or special occasions. It's about showing up consistently and intentionally every day. It's in the routine of making your partner a cup of coffee in the morning, asking how their day went, or taking the time to listen without distractions. These small gestures signal to the other person that they are valued, seen, and loved, even in the mundane moments of life. When love is shown in these everyday ways, it becomes a living, breathing part of the relationship, woven into the fabric of daily existence. Even in relationships that are not romantic, daily acts of love still matter. Whether with friends, family, or coworkers, showing consistent care, appreciation, and kindness helps build stronger bonds. A text just to check in on someone's day, a compliment to brighten their mood, or taking a moment to show gratitude for their presence in your life. All of these small gestures help create a ripple effect of positivity and support. Love is not confined to any one type of relationship, but exists in all interactions, no matter how big or small. Love also doesn't always have to come in the form of words. Sometimes the most profound expressions of love are unspoken. A warm embrace when words aren't enough, a shared moment of laughter, or simply holding hands in silence. These acts communicate love in a way that transcends language. These quiet, intimate moments are often the ones that stick with us the longest because they hold the power of shared understanding and connection without the need for elaborate explanations. Additionally, daily acts of love are opportunities to reinforce our commitment to others. Love requires effort, and when you put that effort in, it signals that you're invested in the relationship. These daily actions act as reminders that despite the challenges life may present, the foundation of the relationship remains strong because there is intentional effort being made to maintain and nurture it. Acts of love can be as simple as making a phone call to check in on someone's well-being, or as meaningful as staying up late to offer support when they need it most. Daily acts of love are also a reflection of self-love. By consistently showing love and care to others, you remind yourself of your capacity for kindness, empathy, and generosity. In giving love to those around you, you cultivate an energy that also nurtures your own sense of worth and fulfillment. You teach yourself that love is an ongoing practice, something that grows and deepens with every interaction, every moment of connection. It reinforces the idea that love is a practice, not a passive emotion, and that by making the effort each day, you create a life that's richer, more meaningful, and full of purpose. When you tap into this limitless potential, you begin to see the world not as a place of scarcity, but as a playground of opportunities. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Each obstacle, a chance to learn and grow. You realize that the only true limits are the ones in your mind. As you break through these self-imposed barriers, you begin to move beyond your comfort zone and explore new horizons that you once thought were out of reach. The life you are meant to live is not one of limitation, but of expansion, expanding your mindset, your goals, your vision, and your capacity for success. To create a limitless life is to recognize that you are the creator of your reality. You have the power to shape your experiences, to design your future, and to choose how you show up in the world. It's about moving away from a mindset of lack and scarcity to one of abundance and possibility. It's understanding that everything you desire, whether it's a fulfilling career, vibrant health, loving relationships, or financial freedom, is already within your reach. All you need is the belief that it's possible and the courage to take action toward those dreams. You are here to create a limitless life, one that goes beyond the boundaries of what you think is possible, beyond the confines of what others have told you is achievable. Deep inside you, there is a power, a potential that is ready to be unlocked. Too often, we are conditioned to believe that there are limits to what we can do, that there are barriers we cannot break, that we must follow a prescribed path. But the truth is, there are no limits except the ones you place on yourself. The life you are capable of creating is not confined to your current circumstances, your past experiences, or the opinions of others. It is about embracing the vast potential that exists within you and stepping into a future that is filled with infinite possibilities. In relationships, both romantic and otherwise, love is not just a feeling that comes and goes. It is an active choice to nurture, care for, and support the people in our lives. Daily acts of love show that this commitment is real, tangible, and lasting. They remind us that love is not about grand gestures alone, but rather in the consistent, everyday moments that demonstrate our appreciation, respect, and care. The power of these small acts is immeasurable, creating a deep, enduring connection that holds strong even through difficult times. Love is a language we speak every day, and in every little action we remind each other that we are valued, cherished, and never alone. This journey toward a limitless life requires a shift in perspective. It means no longer allowing fear or self-doubt to hold you back from pursuing what you truly want. Fear is often the primary thing that keeps us from stepping into our power. It tells us that we are not enough, that we will fail, that we are not worthy of greatness. But when you recognize that fear is simply a signal to step forward rather than retreat, you begin to see it for what it truly is. An opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become more resilient. Creating a limitless life also requires you to embrace the unknown. Often we get comfortable with what we know, sticking to what feels familiar because it gives us a sense of security. But true growth happens when you step into uncertainty, when you choose to embrace the unknown with excitement rather than fear. It's in those moments of uncertainty that you discover new strengths, new opportunities, and new parts of yourself that you never knew existed. To live a limitless life means letting go of the need for certainty and instead choosing to trust in the process, in your ability to adapt, and in the belief that everything you need will come to you at the right time. Creating a limitless life also requires you to embrace the unknown. Often we get comfortable with what we know, sticking to what feels familiar because it gives us a sense of security. But true growth happens when you step into uncertainty, when you choose to embrace the unknown with excitement rather than fear. It's in those moments of uncertainty that you discover new strengths, new opportunities, and new parts of yourself that you never knew existed. To live a limitless life means letting go of the need for certainty and instead choosing to trust in the process, in your ability to adapt, and in the belief that everything you need will come to you at the right time. A limitless life is also about resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. Life will inevitably present challenges, but how you respond to those challenges defines your path. Resilience is the quality that allows you to continue pursuing your dreams even when obstacles arise. It's about choosing to see failure not as an endpoint, but as a lesson, a stepping stone, and an opportunity to grow stronger. Ultimately, creating a limitless life is about fully embodying your potential, believing your worth, and taking consistent action toward your goals. It's about choosing to live with purpose, passion, and determination, and refusing to settle for less than what you deserve. It's about recognizing that you are not bound by your past, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are here to create something extraordinary, something that reflects your true essence and limitless potential. Your life is yours to design, and there are no boundaries to the greatness you can achieve when you believe in yourself and take bold, consistent action. You are here to create a life that is not bound by limits, but by your own imagination. It is about dreaming big and then taking the steps necessary to turn those dreams into reality. Your potential is not capped by your circumstances. It is only capped by your willingness to push beyond what you think is possible. When you allow yourself to envision a future that excites you, one that challenges you, and one that makes you come alive, you begin to realize that you have the ability to achieve more than you ever thought you could. To create a limitless life means letting go of comparisons. In a world that constantly shows us the successes of others, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your journey against someone else's. But your path is yours alone, and it's not meant to look like anyone else's. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from the pressure of fitting into someone else's idea of success. You begin to appreciate your unique journey, recognizing that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. The moment you stop trying to measure up to someone else's standards is the moment you start embracing your own greatness. A limitless life requires you to release the need for validation from others. Too often, we wait for others to approve of our dreams, to give us permission to move forward. But the only validation you need is your own. You don't need permission to dream big, to go after what excites you, to build the life you want. The more you trust yourself, the more you honor your own instincts and desires, the more you begin to realize that the only person who can limit you is you. When you stop seeking external approval, you create the freedom to live authentically, to pursue your passions unapologetically, and to design a life that truly fulfills you. In conclusion, the power of communication, especially through thoughtful and meaningful texts, cannot be underestimated. Compliments, affirmations, and playful messages are more than just words. They're ways to connect, to express admiration, and to keep the spark alive. When you make a man feel seen, valued, and desired, you strengthen the bond and create a deeper emotional connection. So remember that the next time you pick up your phone, send a message that speaks to his heart. These simple texts can go a long way in nurturing a healthy, fulfilling relationship. Thank you.